You got to know them first in order to break them. You got to be aware of them first in order to break them. Because you cannot change something you are not aware that is going on. You cannot change something that you can be, that you can name, that you can describe, that you can identify. Each family is different, absolutely, because each human being is different. So sit and first figure it out. What are the curses in your family? What are the curses in your bloodline? In order for you to do that, first and foremost, you gotta have a sense of self. And we all know, we can all differentiate right from wrong. We all know what is the right thing, and we also all know what is the wrong thing. So now, when you look at yourself, and I made a video about it in 2023 or maybe last year, when I was explaining that you have to study the people that raise you. You have to study the people that raise you. You have to study your family. You have to know your family, because if you don't study your family, or if you don't study the people that raise you, you're going to walk around life thinking that the way you act is you, or the way you think is you, or the way you behave is you. But that's not true. Because if you don't take time to discover yourself, analyze yourself, and know yourself, you are not you. You are simply the result. You are simply the reflection of those that raise you. And you have to be able to analyze the people that raise you because of what? Behaviors, attitude, mindset, habits determine your destiny. So, if you don't know what is wrong, how are you going to fix it? If you don't know what has to be changed, how are you going to change it? So you have to study. Study your family. Study the people that raise you. Ask yourself question, what was their mindset around money, around success, around happiness? How do they see success? How do they describe success? What is their attitude around love? What is their mindset around money, around creativity, around faith, around politics? You have to study the people that raise you. You have to study your family. So you don't end up like them. Unless you want to end up like people in your bloodline. Because if you don't study them, how are you going to know what to change? How are you going to know what not to repeat? How are you going to know what needs to be worked on if you don't even know what is going on? Analyze your family. Study your family. What is their mindset around money? What is their mindset around success? What is their mindset around happiness? What is their mindset around business? What is their mindset around sex? What is their mindset around politics? What is their mindset around religion? What is their mindset around working? What is their mindset around being vulnerable, being transparent? What is their mindset around being true to yourself and speaking your truth or living your truth? You have to know it. Because how many of you walk here around life having all is well. All is well. All is well. All is well. Woo! This message has to come out. You think I'm struggling to bring this message out? But I'm still going to bring it out. I don't know what is happening, that I'm having difficulty to speak. All is well. 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 is well. All is well, all is well, all is well. Everything is great, everything is good, everything is great, everything is good. What is going on? Yeah, I'm okay. I can only be okay. All is well. I don't know what was happening. For a moment, I lost control of my legs. I lost control of my voice. But guess what? All is well. If I wasn't going to make this video, what just happened minutes ago is a confirmation that I must speak about this. Because this is the right thing, this is the right message, and the right energy. All is well. Study your family so you don't fail where they fail. So you can succeed where they succeed. So you can rise where they couldn't rise. And this video is about generational curses. Why? Because DNA is powerful. DNA is powerful. The amount of information that our DNA contains, and you can change the information of your that is in your DNA by changing your mindset. You can change the information that is in your DNA by changing your mindset, by changing your mentality, by changing your subconscious mind. In this video, I'm going to talk about generational curses, but let's not forget that we also have generational blessings, generational prosperity, generational success. But I have to be for another video. Are you aware of the things that have been going on in your family that are not positive, that are not right? Are you aware of any of that? Are you aware of what is not healthy, what is not positive? Are you aware of what is wrong? Are you aware of what is toxic? Are you aware of what is damaged? Are you aware of what needs to change? Are you aware of what needs to be healed? Are you aware of that? Because if you see and you can confirm with actions and results that all is well with your family, that all is well with your bloodline, there is nothing to break. There is nothing to break. Laziness can be a generational curse. Negativity can be a generational curse. Poverty can be a generational curse. Gossip can be a generational curse. Laziness, procrastination, drama, sickness, envy, jealousy, those can be generational curses. And as I mentioned in them, I know, you may be like, oh yeah, I had experienced that. How many of you, your own siblings, gonna be envious of you, jealous of you? Your own parents, envious of you, jealous of you. Your own siblings gossiping about you. Your own parents gossiping about you. Your own parents, instead of being your support system, they are your negativity system. How many of you have experienced that? And you don't know why, you don't know how? It might be because that's how they have been raised. That's how they have been raised as well. And that's all they know. That's why I made a video where I was telling my classes and anybody that will listen that forgive your parents. Forgive your parents. Forgive your parents. Matter of fact, forgive everybody. Instead of you going around like that, oh, you know, my parents didn't teach me this, my parents didn't teach me that, they didn't give me this, they didn't give me that. You saying all that is not going to change the fact that you are the one in control of your life. You saying that is not going to change the fact that it's on you to change your life. You saying that is not going to change the fact that if whoever you are today is because you are choosing to that person. So no matter how much you can blame your parents, at the end of the day, it's on you to do the work. It's on you to break those curses. Unless you want to keep having the exact same life. As I was saying earlier, you study your family, you study the environment you were raised into. For example, I'm going to use me again because I only know myself as I know nobody else. The environment I was raised in, there was a lot of violence, a lot of abuse, physical, emotional, verbal, even financial abuse. The environment I was born into, there was a lot of fakeness. People pretending to be someone they are not. There was a lot of lies. People having the habit of lying just because they choose to, just because they want to. I was raised in an environment of fear. People being scared. Oh well, I don't know what's gonna happen. You know what? You don't know. Even if they don't know what's gonna happen, they think and they speak that whatever is gonna happen is gonna be wrong. Whatever gonna happen is gonna be negative. I was in an environment of fear. I was raised in an environment where people did not pursue their dreams, did not pursue their goals. I was raised in that environment. I was raised in an environment where people didn't express their feeling, didn't express their ideas, didn't express their thoughts at all. And if they express them, they're gonna change them just so they don't get hurt, just so people don't make fun of them, just so they can fit in, and just to maintain the peace. That was something that was in the environment I was raised into. That was some of the attitude, mindset, and habits of the people that raised me. So here I am, teenager. I found myself being a liar. Found myself being a hypocrite. Found myself being a people pleaser. I found myself being scared. Scared of speaking up, scared of showing up, scared of being seen, scared of telling the truth. I found myself preferring to lie. I found myself doing all type of negative things. I don't praise myself for who I was. I simply forgive myself and I give myself grace. Because all I did back then, I thought that was the right thing to do because that's all I saw in my environment. That's all I knew when I was growing up. So I was like, well, as a kid, when we are kids, we are like sponge. We absorb everything. Attitude, mindset, behaviors, reactions, way of talking, way of dressing, way of thinking, way of moving, way of sleeping, way of eating. We absorb everything we see in our environment. So that was me. Insecure, lazy, liar, weak. That was me. But was that who I know I am as I know myself? No. I was simply the product of my environment. I was simply the product of the way I was raised. I was simply the product of my environment and the people that raised me. I wasn't me. I was simply being as I was trained to be. I was simply being as I thought I was supposed to be. Because that's all I seen, that's all I knew. But I had to change. Why did I change? Because I knew. And I have always been a curious person. Always. I have always want to know things, want to go figure it out. I have always want to ask and know why. Why is this happening? Is there any other way? Who did it? Where did it come from? I have always been curious to know about life. I was like, well, and I travel outside of my country by myself, alone. Okay. There, I was wanting to keep acting as I have been acting, thinking as I have been thinking, react as I have been reacting, but it wasn't working. The result I was receiving was not result that I was happy about or I was joyful about. It wasn't working anymore. The lies, the fears, the not speaking up, the pretending, the faking, the pointing the finger at other people, the hiding. It wasn't working anymore. It wasn't working anymore. So I had to change. Because I knew if I keep doing what I have keep doing, I wasn't going to flourish where I was. I wasn't going to achieve the goals I had set myself. I wasn't going to become the person I have always dreamed to become. Because also as a kid, I always had my imagination. I was the one who would do the things that nobody else is doing. Back then, they would call me crazy, but now I'm like, oh, I understand. I was thinking outside the box. So I had to change. Because the ways that I was raised with were not bringing me nothing good, nothing positive, nothing joyful, nothing peaceful. That's when I started working deeply in myself. I started with my mind. You might be like, well, why are you talking about you? You said this video is about breaking generational curses. I wanted to give a backstory about myself, because some things I'm going to say moving forward might not make sense to you, but they make sense to me. Because I know who I am, I know where I'm going, and I know what are my intentions with this video. Okay. Generational curses, right? I am a single mom. Wish I would have choose a better dad for my kids. He never cared. Hey, beautiful spirit. You are a single mom, but guess what? Before being a mom, you are a human being, right? So let's remind yourself that, hey, you are good enough. You are worthy. You say you will have choose a better dad. Well, forgive yourself for not doing so. And you choose him based on your level of awareness and understanding in that time. But now you have grown. You have evolved. And now you can reflect and realize that that step you make, that decision you make, wasn't right. But guess what? The good thing is you're going to learn from it. The good thing that have teach you how to choose better, choose a better partner, a better friend. So from that experience, you have gained knowledge. So forgive yourself. Stop beating yourself down because, oh, I should have choose a better that I have to marry a better person, I have did a better person. You cannot change what has already been done. But you can change how that affects you moving forward. So mom, forgive yourself Give yourself grace. Yeah, now they are all the teenagers and still not around. Okay, but you are around. You are around. You have access to your kids. Give them love. Give them understanding. Give them confidence. Give them discipline. Give them care. Give them support. Give them kindness. Be there for them. But also I realize that you still have to, you have to allow to heal from on your own, and have to work on yourself so you don't become a damage to your kids. From how you are speaking, if I'm wrong, correct me. I can sense how you still, that experience with the dad still until today, carrying you. You still have that pain, that resentment winning you. It's time to let it go. It's time to let it go. Whatever you did, whoever you were, you cannot go back to that person and fix that person and heal that person. But you can heal yourself in the present moment. You can become a better person in the present moment. You can make better choices in the present moment for you and for your kids. Heal. Love on yourself. Forgive yourself. Praise yourself. And be aware if whatever you have going on internally, how is that being reflected in your kids' life? Are you a supportive mom? Are you a positive mom? Or are your kids having to hear from you as well? Yeah, we'll keep moving forward. It just bothers me. If it still bothers you, you will not move forward. Because every time you make a step forward, you will take 10 steps backwards. No. Don't lie to yourself. If you need to go to therapy, go ahead. But that's still in you. You have to let it go. It's like poison, right? When you drink poison, nobody else is going to die but you. Forgive their dad. You forgive them so you can release yourself from him, from the story, from the past. He's not around, but you are around. So make sure your kids can have a supporting mom, a loving mom, a positive mom. Speak life over your kids. Speak success over your kids. Speak love over your kids. Speak happiness over your kids. But in order for you to speak all those things, you have to be all those things internally. So work on yourself. Have accountability. Accountability and forgiveness goes a long way. Be able to check on yourself. Check up on yourself. But your kids need you. Your kid needs you. You being there for you so you can be there for them as well. Your kid needs you. You being loving, you being positive, and you being the mom that you know you can be. But if you're out here, you don't know, he did this, he did that, that's not going to change what has already been done. Hello. That's not going to change what has already been done. But you choosing to be a better person, you choosing to be loving, you choosing to be loving, take care of yourself. And not just a better mom, be a better person. Forgive. Forgive who you were. Forgive the you that made that decision. You are aware the decision you make wasn't the right one. But back then, you thought that was right based on your level of consciousness or mindset you had back then. But you have grown, you have evolved, you are a different person now. You have a different understanding about life. So, forgive yourself. Forgive yourself. And make sure you are there for your kids. But in order for you to be there for your kids, you got to be there for yourself first and foremost. Love on yourself. Take care of yourself. You get better, life gets better. Thanks for the advice. Oh no, you're welcome. Thank you for coming here and speaking your truth and expressing your truth. This is a safe place. It's all about truth, love, healing. So, generational curses. They got to be break. Look at your if there is, look at your family. Look at your where the people who are doing the things that you are doing now end up. Because if you are doing exactly, if you have this, the exact mindset, the exact attitude, the exact behaviors of the people that have those curses, how are you going to break them? How are you going to break them? You're not going to break them by listening to them. You're not going to break them by being like them. You're not going to break them by having the same attitude, the same mindset, the same reaction as them. You got to be different, act different, talk different, think different, eat different, dress different, feel different. Because you know you are in the journey of breaking those curses. So they gotta be broken. If it's not you, somebody else will. Because guess what? Nothing lasts forever. But I know if you're watching this video, it's because you want to break those generational curses. As I said at the beginning, first you gotta start by being aware. What are those curses? Take a pen and paper. I always tell you, when you watch my videos, have a pen and paper. Because we're here to educate and we're here to speak the truth and grow. So, have a piece of paper and write down the generational curses that you are aware that are in your family. Write them, all of them down. And be honest and be real. Be honest and be real. Write all of them. Write them down. Write them down. All the curses you're trying to break. Because also when you are writing them down, you are going to be able to identify if you are promoting or if you are amplifying those curses. Once you write them down, you're going to be able to tell if you are the person who's still doing what you are trying to change or if you are different. For example, one curse that I was aware run in my family or people that raised me was the not living your truth. I noticed that. Not living your truth, not expressing your truth, not speaking your truth. And since I know and I was aware of that curse, what did I do? I make sure every day I speak my truth. I make sure every day I live my truth. I make sure every day I embody my truth. I make sure every day I share my truth. And I make sure every day I am living in my truth. Why am I doing that? Because I want to. Because to me, it's the right thing to do. Because it feels good. And because I'm also breaking the generational curse of not living in authenticity. I'll give an example of myself and how I'm doing it. Now, what about you? Once you have that list, name all the generational curses you are aware of. All of them. Name all of them on a piece of paper. Once you write them down on a piece of paper, in another page or the page next to it or the space next to it, write down the actions you are going to take to break them. Not what you are going to pray to break them, not what you are going to meditate to pray them, which those tools help. Meditation and prayer help. But if there is no change in your mindset, if there is no change in your actions, nothing's going to change. Everything will remain the same. Now you write down the steps you are going to take, the things you do every day to break those curses. And you will realize something. That first and foremost, you got to break them in yourself. Right? That's why I always say, the most important work you will do in this life is the work you do on yourself. The most important work you will do in this life is the work you do on yourself. Because those steps, you will have to start practice them on you. You'll be like, well, now, gotta speak the truth, because I know they didn't do it. Okay, it's uncomfortable for me to do it now. Well, of course it's gonna be, because you were not born doing it. Not that you were not born doing it. Nobody trained you to do it. Hello. Nobody allowed you to do it. All they were saying is what? Go to school, get a degree, work for somebody else. Go to school, get a degree, get a job. Go to school, get a degree, get a job. Go to school, get a degree, get a job. Go to school, get a degree, get a job. So once you start wanting to do different, at first you're going to feel uncomfortable. That doesn't mean you should stop. You feel uncomfortable because you are doing something that the people that raised you did not train you to do. You are doing something that is against the people that raised you. You are doing something that people that raised you couldn't do. So you're going to start on yourself. Work on yourself. Call yourself out when you find yourself again falling into the patterns of negativity, of whenever you find yourself falling into the curses you are trying to break, trying to break, call yourself out. Pause. Be like, okay, no, I'm not gonna lie. No, I'm not gonna be scared. I'm not gonna entertain the poverty mindset. No, I'm choosing different. I'm choosing different. I'm choosing better. I'm choosing different. And you tell yourself that. And no matter how comfortable it gets, and no matter how painful it gets, because me, when I started the journey of self, which is a journey of me, there are a lot of family members I went years without talking with. Because I knew I got to work on myself. I knew they were not going to take accountability of what they are doing, but I am. So I'm working on myself so I can deal with the consequences of living my truth. With the consequences of being accountable. They were not going to do it. Because to them, they prefer to be comfortable than to change. Me, I prefer to change than to stay comfortable. I prefer to change than to stay comfortable. And you will notice it. When you start wanting to break those curses and be different, they're going to call you crazy. They're going to call you a rebel. They're going to tell you you're out of your mind. They're going to call you disrespectful. They're going to tell you all type of names just to make you not do what you know is the right thing to do. They're going to tell you all type of things just so you can be like, you know what? Yeah, they are right. Yeah, I'm not going to break this curse. No, no. But the right thing to do is break them. Don't let it keep running around. If you know your family is full of lies, people who lie on purpose, unconsciously, choose to tell the truth consciously. Choose to speak the truth consciously. And also you will see how they react. Because who good person wouldn't want the truth? Only a bad person doesn't want the truth. Another exercise you can do to identify the curses that might be going on in your family is by asking yourself, was I born this way? Or did they train me this way? Was I born this way or did they make me this way? Was I born this way or did they make me this way?
Damn, why you pushing me?
And you ask yourself those questions. And you will give yourself the answers as well. Was I born this way or did they make me this way? Was I born this way or did they train me this way? Was I born this way or did they train me to be this way? And generational curses had to be something as big as poverty, right? It can be as simple as low self-esteem. It can be as simple as speaking negative to yourself. It can be as simple as talking negative about yourself, thinking negative, speaking negative, visualizing negativity. It can be as simple as that. Because have you ever saw a kid talking negative to themselves? A baby being like, oh, I hate my body. I'm not good enough. I'm not worthy enough. I'm not good. Oh, something is wrong with my body. Something is wrong with my skin. Something is wrong with my lips. Something is wrong with my voice. Something is wrong with my outfit. Have you? Have you ever saw a kid speaking down on themselves? Have you saw a kid not dreaming big and high? So if you find yourself hating yourself, where did you learn it? If you find yourself doubting yourself, where did you learn it? If you find yourself doubting yourself, where did you learn it? If you find yourself thinking that you cannot do what you dream to do, where did you learn it? If you find yourself being negative, thinking negative, speaking negative, where did you learn it? You were not born that way. If you can remember when you were a child, track your memories. Were you negative? When you were 3, were you speaking negative? Were you thinking negative already? If yes, put it in the comments and let me know. You see how deep it goes, right? And how important it is the people that raise you. Because imagine, they say that, oh, if you are raised by confident parents, you're going to be confident. Why do you think is that? Why do you think is that? Because a confident parent, a loving parent, a positive parent is going to train their kids to be exactly like that, because that's all they got. Positivity, confidence, and love. But a hateful parent, a negative parent, an insecure parent is going to train you and teach you to be negative, to be insecure. Why? Because that's all they got. But you cannot blame your parents, because guess what? You are an adult now. Grow. Do better. Learn better. Teach yourself. And people basically using the excuse that, well, you know, my parents didn't teach me how to love myself. My parents didn't teach me how to be confident. My parents didn't teach me how to this and that. And I always ask them, did your parents taught you how to... The language might be strong for some of you, but it is what it is. Did your parents teach you how to suck dick? Did your parents taught you how to eat pussy? But how many of you do it? Not because your parents taught you how to do it, but because you went out of your way to learn. You can do the exact same thing with self-love, with self-belief, with business, with love, with happiness, with success. Now, a lot of you are laughing, but it's the truth. It's the truth. It's the truth. Yeah, oh, well, you know, when I was growing up, my parents didn't teach me this, and that. Okay. How many things you know how to do nowadays that your parents did not teach you how to do? That you went out of your way and learned because you wanted to, right? But when it comes to accountability, when it comes to forgiveness, when it comes to self-love, self-belief, self-faith, when it comes to discipline, when it comes to consistency, oh, my parents didn't teach me how to do it. I don't know how to do it. Yeah, sure. the first lie that you have to break the curses is in your own life. The first life that you have to break those curses is in your own life. Because if you haven't broke them in your own self, your own mind, your own body, who are you lying to? Oh, I want to break the generational curse of laziness. But you are lazy though. What are you talking about? Oh, I want to break the curse of negativity. But you are negative though. What are you talking about? Oh, I want to break the curse of poverty mindset. But you speak bad about money. You think bad about money. And you scared of money. What are you talking about? Oh, I want to break the limiting beliefs. The generational curse of having limiting beliefs. But you don't take risks. You don't invest in yourself. You don't pursue your gift, your passions, your purpose, your calling. You don't speak highly of yourself. You don't think that you can do it. You don't invest in you, in your gifts, in your talents, in your passions. Who are you lying to?
Oh, let me go get
the first life in where you will have to break those curses is in your own life. Start with you first and foremost. Because it's easy, right? It's easy to see all the things that other people do wrong. You can mention what your parents are doing wrong, what your siblings are doing wrong, what your uncles and aunties and nephews and cousins are doing wrong. Yes, you can. But can you point out what are you doing wrong?
No.
What are you thinking wrong? What are you feeling wrong? What are you saying wrong?
I think it can.
And it all starts with self though. Accountability. That's a generational blessing, which I'm going to speak on too as well. If you cannot break it in your own life, you won't be able to break it in the generations after you. It all starts with you. No. Look at yourself in the mirror. And remind yourself, if I'm going to become the things I say I'm going to become, it's because of me. I'm not going to blame nobody. I'm not going to point the finger at my parents, my culture, my continent, my religion, the school system. No, I'm going to point the finger at me. Have a list of all the generational curses that you are aware of. And you can find them by simply analyzing yourself. Studying yourself. What are your thoughts? What is your attitude? What is your mindset? What is your energy? So you can find it in you, so you can change it in you first and foremost. But if you cannot even see it in yourself, how are you gonna be able to change it? Oh, I want to change. I want to change generational curses. But you don't even talk to yourself. You don't even analyze yourself. You don't even study yourself. And it all starts with self. If you haven't break it in your own life, who other life you gonna be breaking into? Cool. Oh, you know, I want to change this in my family. Start by changing it in you. That is a famous quote that we all know about, right? Be the change you want to see. I think if each person embody that quote, there will not be no generational curse to broken left. Because each person will be the generational curse breaker, intentionally and consciously. Because each person is choosing to be the change they are looking for. You are looking for somebody who's honest in your family. Be that honest person. You are looking for somebody who's supportive in your family. Be that supportive person. You are looking for somebody who's confident in your family. Be that confident person. You are looking for somebody who's creative in your family. Be that creative person. You're looking for somebody who's consistent and disciplined. Be that consistent and disciplined person. You are looking for somebody who's prosperous, abundant, and successful. Be that prosperous, abundant, and successful person. Be the change you want to see. We all start with you. Yep. There is no need for you to go out. Have a talk with yourself. A lot of you won't even do it. Because, oh no, I want to be this, I want to be that. I want to go listen to this person. Do you listen to yourself? I want this person to do this. What are you doing to your own self? To break those curses, it all starts with you. It all starts. I don't understand your question. When you live with toxic people, can you reframe the question, please? If this is making sense, drop a gem in the chat. Drop a gem in the comments if it's making sense. To me, it makes sense. It starts with you. Be the change you want to see. Be the change you want to see. Instead of pointing the finger at what everybody else is doing wrong in your family, point the finger at yourself and be like, well, I'm going to do it right. Because I know this is the right thing to do. And we all know. Okay. Somebody. Who's that? Hey, it's the queen herself. Y'all make sure y'all check her out. Amazing painter. Psst. Go to her page and go fall in love with art. Point the finger at yourself. It starts with you. It's easy to see the flaws in everybody. It's easy to point out the issues of everybody. Popping into much love, friend. Popping into support. I receive the support, friend. I receive it. No, we're winning together. We're loving together. We're rising and elevating together. I appreciate your support. I appreciate your support. By the way, Jem is the name of the people in my community. I don't know. I don't think you were here when I made the announce. I found a name for those of my community. I call them Germs. I think I posted on my YouTube. Yeah. So, thank you, friend. I appreciate you, friend. Make a heart for you. This is to my dear friend. You make sure you check her out. Because it's not easy to be supported with toxic people. They put you in a negative headspace. They put you in a negative headspace if you let them. Again, pointing the finger at them. Pointing the finger at other people. They're going to get into your head if you let them. The exact same thing we are talking about, somebody just came here and do it. That's okay. I give you grace. They put you on a negative headspace. But what are you doing? If you are aware that they are toxic, that they are negative, why do you take in account anything they have to say? Accountability. The exact same thing we are talking about. This is the example of it. It's not easy to be supportive with toxic people. They put you in a negative headspace. Now it's they. It's not easy to be supportive. Yes, it's easy. It's easy to be supportive because you make the choice to be supportive. Because you are a supportive person. Not because the environment you are in. I love myself, no matter the environment. I speak positive about myself, no matter the environment. I'm a great person, no matter the environment. I'm not gonna be like, oh, since I have toxic people around me, let me be toxic too. Oh, since I have people who are negative around me, let me be negative too. I don't adapt to the environment. I am the environment. I don't adapt to people's energy. I am the energy. I embody the energy I want to be every single day. I don't let no environment and no human being and no situation give me the energy. I am the energy. Because I'm not pointing fingers at them. I'm pointing fingers at me. Accountability. They are not putting you on no negative headspace. You are doing it to yourself. Take ownership. If you know they are negative, why do you listen to them? If you know they are negative, why do you entertain their ideas, their thoughts? Whatever they have to say, you already know it's not coming from a place of love, from a place of faith. So why do you give them time? Why do you give them space? Why do you give them energy? If you know you're a supportive person, you want to be supportive, be supportive. Be supportive. Be supportive. I mean, because it's, and I'm glad you mentioned it because it happens all the time. Somebody know who they are, but when they go to a different environment, they act like somebody else. Just because of who's around them. Or they change who they are to fit in the room they are in. If you have to change who you are to be in a certain room, that room was not designed for your purpose, for your calling, for your gift, not even for yourself. Get out of there. That's why at least me, I don't go. You invite me, and if I sense that I will have to be somebody I'm not there, I simply say I'm not coming. Simple. I mean, y'all see me where? At my house or in nature. You see me alone all the time, right? Most of the time, right? Why is that? No coincidence. If I have to change who I am to be with somebody else, I'm not going. You're not going to see me with that person. No. A lot of you do that. You're going to change who they are, who you are just to go to that party. Just to get that job. Just for that relationship. You're going to change who you are. And then when you're going to be unhappy and miserable, who are you going to blame? Oh, it's my partner. They made me do it. Of course. Of course they did. Because you are a little kid, right? They always blaming other people. They made me do it. They made me do it. If you know they are negative, you say to yourself, why are you still entertaining whatever they have to say? It's like you know this is poison and you still drink it. And the fear of being alone. The fear of being yourself. Have a lot of you in the wrong relationship, the wrong friendship, the wrong job, and with the wrong company. Just because you're scared that if I'm myself, they're going to leave me. If you show somebody who you truly are and they leave you, say thank you. They were not meant to be in your life. Bingo. Okay. Generational curses. In order to break them, we all start with you. You gotta first and foremost break them in your life, break them in your body, break them in your mind, break them in you. Oh no, I'm gonna go change. No, there is nobody to change but you. You cannot even change other people, no matter how much you try. I made that mistake. Again, accountability on myself. I made that mistake. Me in the past, years ago, I made the mistake of thinking that I can change other people. I suffer my own tears and my own pain and me being broken all the time. Show me that, nah, girl, leave it. It's not up to you. Because I had this idea, which was a mistake, and I had learned from it. It was wrong for me to do. Oh no, I can change them. Why not? Why not? If I try hard, it's possible. My own tears, my own pain told me that I cannot change nobody. So to all of you that are still trying to change people, I'm not gonna say good luck. Good. Do you? If you have to change who you are to go somewhere or to fit into a certain place, you are not meant to be there. Because a lot of you are not comfortable in your own skin. You are not comfortable. You are not. Be honest. And it's okay to be honest. Remember, we're here speaking realness, being truthful. You are not comfortable in your skin, so you're going to seek other people. Oh, let me be around them. Let me talk to them. Let me look a certain way. Let me dress a certain way. Let me speak a certain way. So I can fit in. So they can like me. So they can approve me. So knowing how simple it is for you to just rise and be yourself, you're going to choose to rise and be somebody else. Yo. And that's a curse too. Lack of identity. Yeah. Because how many other people in your family are exactly like that? See? And you know them. How many people in your family are just like that? Fake. Pretending to be someone they are not. Just to fit in, just to be liked, just to be approved, just to be accepted. So it's a curse. So break it. If you are watching this video, break that curse. And how do you break it? By you starting to be yourself everywhere you go, anywhere you go. Whenever you find yourself wanting to fake it, be like, oh no, we are not doing this. I'm going to choose to be myself. I'm going to choose to speak my truth. And whatever comes with it, deal with it as well. Deal with it. Oh, you know, well, but I'm scared. So you are scared to live a life that is not true to you? How are you going to be scared of authenticity? How are you going to be scared of the truth? How are you going to be scared of your truth? It all starts with you. Identify, name all the curses that you know are in your family. Break them. Because if you don't, well, it's going to be like a virus. Carrying around. From generation to generation. Generation as carrying around. But don't worry, if you don't break it, it's going to stay around. So if you want to keep it around, don't break it. All start with you. When you're saying no more lies, no more poverty, no more negativity, no more laziness, no more thinking small, no more feeling small, no more mental limitation, no more fear, no more sickness, no more gossip, no more unhealthiness, no more abuse. It starts with you. Bestie, hey bestie, what you doing on my life, bestie? Yes, it all start with you. You can be the one breaking it, or you can be the one who choose to continue it. You can be the one bringing the new, or you can be the one keeping the old. You can be the one bringing the new, or you can be the one keeping the old. The choice is yours. And if you don't know how to track or how to find generational curses, ask yourself, if I was a good person, would I be doing this type of things? If I was a genuine person, if I was a happy person, if I was a positive person, would I be acting this way, talking this way, treating people this way? If the answer is no, well, here you found it. Now you know what to change. Let me jump for a leader. Okay, thank you for the support. Hey, that's my best friend, y'all. Shout out to him. Yeah. Are you gonna be the one keeping the old, or are you gonna be the one bringing the new? You're gonna be the one keeping the old, or you're gonna be the one bringing the new. And I'll start with self. But I get it, right? Somebody gonna be like, oh my God, this is hard to do. It's hard to do because you don't want to do it. When you want to do something, you find a way. When you don't want to do it, you find an excuse. That applies to anything. Not only when we talk about dreams, goals. No, that applies to anything. If you genuinely want a person, or you genuinely love a person, you will do everything in your power to communicate that to that person and to be with that person. Unless that person tells you no, unless that person doesn't want the same thing. But all of you have been like, well, I want to be with them, but you don't want to be with them. You all know I love to dance. Best dancer you would ever see. That's me. I'm gonna read you some affirmations that can help you. Aqueles já provocas eu não, só Simão Bailes. Congo, meu Congo. I don't know if that's true. If you say you want to be with someone, but a quarter man, you're just not ready. Well, if you want to be with someone, right, and you don't try anything in your control to be with that person, or you don't express it to that person, it's because you don't want to be with them. I want to be with them, but that's an excuse right there. Unless you did it and they said no, But if, okay, I want to be with them, but I'm not ready, then you will get ready if you want to be with them. Unless they tell you no or something outside of your control comes into place. But you gotta do everything in your control to be with them, or at least to express that I want to be with them. That's my whole point. But if you don't even express to them what you want, then yeah, you don't really want it. And because saying is easy, we can all say, "Ooh, I want to do this, I want to do that. I want to be this, I want to be that." That's the easy part. Saying it is the easy part. Now, can your actions reflect that? Can your consistent action reflect that? Can your consistent actions reflect that? That makes sense. Okay. It's easy. Oh, I want to, for example, right now, I don't know if you're going to watch this, you'll be like, yes, yes, I'm going to break the generational curses. Yes, I'm going to do it. The next thing you know, you find them again complaining, making excuses. Start with you. The first person that has you in which that you have to break those curses is you. In your own life, in your own thought, your own mindset, your own attitude, your own belief system. It starts with you. Somebody said, Tanya says, what if you have toxic sibling? You have a toxic sibling and you can identify that with their actions, they are toxic. Oh, well, how do you know they are the one being toxic and it's not you who's toxic? As we always say, right? You have to be able to first be aware of what are you doing, your actions, your mindset, your attitude, your energy. If you say they are the toxic ones, what makes you confirm that they are the toxic ones? And if they are in fact toxic, well, do you have to entertain poison? No. Simply reduce the amount of time you spend with them. Remember, you cannot change other people, but you can change how you treat them. You can change how you talk to them. You can change how you approach them. You can change how to deal with them if you choose to deal with them. It all starts with you. It all starts with you. Break them in your own body, in your own mind. Unlearn and relearn. Unlearn all the attitude, all the habits, all the mindset, all the reactions, all the ways of talking, all the ways of responding that you know are not going to give you the life that you dream. Well, if you even dream. I'll start with you. I'll start with you. You deserve to live a life that you can confidentially say that who I am is because I'm choosing to be this person. And not trying to blame, oh, who I am is because my environment, or who I am is because of social media, or who I am is because whatever you say is been going on in your family. No. There is no more blaming game. Now it's ownership game, accountability game. True, I must also try to change them and fail. You can only change yourself. Absolutely. So put your energy in you. Work on you, and whatever somebody triggers you, triggers are good. Triggers are great. Do you know why? Because triggers show you the things you see. It shows you the places in where you need to work on. Trigger shows you the places in where you need to work on, the places that you haven't evolved. That's all it does. So whoever triggers you, tell them thank you for showing me which part I still had to work on myself. Well, that's it. So if there is somebody that triggers you or something that triggers you, triggers are indicators that, hey, this part of your life needs healing, or this part of your life needs growth. So that's all that it is. I was on live this Saturday. One of my students was like, nah, this person triggered this and me, this and me. I was like, tell them thank you. Tell them thank you for revealing to you that, hey, you need to work on this. It allows you to grow. But you know, not everybody wants to grow though. And that's fine. What other people choose to do, I cannot control. But what I choose to do, I can always control that. Some people choose to not grow. And you cannot be mad at them. They made a choice. Why are you mad at somebody else's choices on their own life? But whoever does not want to grow, don't let them tell you that you shouldn't grow. No. If they made a choice to not grow, that's them. But you know what you want. You know where you are going. And where you are going requires you to grow. Go ahead and start growing and evolving. If they don't want to grow, that they shouldn't even stop you from growing. Because when you are the process of growing, right, it can be painful. Why it is painful? It's painful because it's like you are removing the skin on your body. Try to remove the skin from your body. This is painful. That's how grow it is. You have to peel and remove the old skin, the old mindset, the old attitude, the old behaviors, the old reactions, the old ways, so new ways can grow. A lot of people don't want to go through that because it's painful. But I don't know who said pain was a bad thing though. Oh, I gotta grow. Oh my God, this is gonna be painful. Okay, then don't grow then. Shoot. What are you talking about? So, if you find somebody who's choosing to not grow, let them. They made a choice to not grow. Let them. But don't let them stop you from growing. If what I'm saying is helping you, resonating with you, drop gems in the chat. Drop gems right now in the comments. Hi, how you doing, coach? I'm doing sensational. My life is great and my life can only get better. Thank you for asking. Yeah, now I can go at 5 a.m. and work out. I got lights.
That's crazy. Yes. I have it on dusk to dawn, so whenever the sun sets, they turn on automatically.
How do they turn off?
When the sun rises.
You know, I don't know much about things like that. So you gotta be eating. Yeah.
So yeah, as soon as when it gets dark, like when the sun sets, that's when they'll turn off.
And it's super bright. It's gonna be warm. That means that we can even go out there at night time and just talk or play games and things like that. Okay.
Yep, threw away all those boxes. I'm trying to create room out there so it can actually be a space because I like to hang out there a lot too. So.
But how are you?
Just need more.
What's up with you? What's up with you?
Nothing.
You know the energy you came in when you had that is the same energy you got now. Oh, so yes, going to work today? What time?
5. Closing.
All the way to
midnight.
Yeah, that same check better be fat. Keep on. I said same.
Technically, I am gonna be working less because I'm getting in for 5 and I get up at 12. That is
12.
7
You go back
hours.
in tomorrow.
No.
Tomorrow you off? See, that's why they did that. Yeah.
My boss did that.
Tomorrow is Thursday, right?
Because Sunday I'm off, but he needs me because some people took off on that day. Zion took off.
Tomorrow is Thursday?
Yeah.
Or Wednesday?
Thursday.
Oh. Okay.
Zion took off, like a lot of them. So I'm going to come in on Sunday morning just for like a couple hours. So he gave me off tomorrow.
See? So considerate your boss. To his favorite employee. Yeah. Ooh, what's for lunch? For you, me. Ha! Lunch today, I haven't thought about food. I was just cleaning. But rice, something with rice. I feel like eating rice today. Rice and juice. Which juice? I don't know. I guess my mom will tell me later. But yes, this that was your sign. Money. Money is my sign. Okay, people were dropping the gems in the chat. I love this. Gems. Okay. Yes. And I know we're gonna do you do intermediate fasting? Well, I listen to my body a lot.